I like the emotion behind this chapter. I think that's why it felt like
Yeah,
such a good ending to me, because they could have really ended
yeah,
this on some like, I don't know, they could have really went over the top with the ending, because they've gone over completely over the top plenty of times on Chainsaw Man. But here you get Denji's like, damn, bro, like he was really chasing after Makima. Makima made all these promises to him and toyed with him throughout the whole entire series. And he's like, bro, how'd
yeah,
you get the drop on her? And he talks about like, really, she doesn't remember people's faces. It's the scent. And it was just like, this whole time I've known that she's only seen me for Chainsaw Man. She's never seen me for me. And that's how he was able to kind of hide amongst the crowd and catch her when her back was turned. They're having this conversation. There's this little girl here playing with this dog. Denji's like, yo, like we're having a like conversation here. And the little girl bites her finger, or the little girl bites his finger. And he's like, Miss Makima. And, I think throughout this story, they have talked about how the devils pretty much reincarnate themselves. Like no devil ever truly goes away. They just get sent back to hell pretty much. And then they reincarnate, or, whatever, as someone else, or go make a deal with someone else. So pretty much he pretty much traveled the world. He found who the control devil was going to take over next. We find this little girl who is now the new control devil, and now Denji is playing Papa. This man went from whore man to dad man. That is a big jump.
That is a very big jump. My
got,
thing is, I want to know like, go ahead, because I think.
No, I was gonna say is this young girl's name is Nayuta.
Oh, okay, yeah, like where did she come from? Like he just found her. Like
he said, let me read it. She isn't Miss Makima anymore. She's the control devil. Makima is dead. The new control devil shouldn't have her memories or anything else. That said, if we leave her with you, or if we leave her with the government and let them raise her, odds are she'll turn out like Makima again.
yeah,
He said, "Yep, that's why
she
I'm
came
going to
from
entrust her
China.
to you." Yep, China.
Oh man, I kind of dig her though. Like I don't know. My thing is, I hope she doesn't try to control Denji in part 2, but also, I wanna know where they're gonna take this story, because right now this is starting to kind of set up like, how in some anime there's like the older brother who lives alone in like high school in the apartment, and he has like a younger sibling or something like that. And he just goes to high school. That's how they kind of end this chapter off, and
Yeah.
I just want to know how they're gonna play that.
Well, yeah. It's cool because really the end of the chapter, you really see Denji and Puchita, who is the Chainsaw Devil, pretty much. And you look at back when they first met each other, back when Denji was a young child, and they he's talking to him. He talks about how Denji made this dream come true where all he wanted was a hug, and it ties back to really the connection between the Chainsaw Devil and the Control Devil, where Puchita is pretty much like, I want you to grant the Control Devil's dream too. The Control Devil always wanted to form an equal relationship with others. She always wanted something like family, and this is way back when Puchita first met.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
as it's cool because as he is much older and still control of the Chainsaw Devil, and now is raising up the Control Devil, he's like pretty much like he's able to give her what she wants, and in terms of like being a family member, like you said, like a big brother. And it ends with it jumps to I don't know where, but there's a devil attacking a city, and they're like, can the Chainsaw Man beat another devil? And and they're like, the rumor has it Chainsaw Man is a high schooler now, and it shows Denji pulling the string on the chest. And yeah, and it even says in the part 1 public safety arc, and I'm excited to see where they go next with this.
yeah. Same.
I think it's cool because throughout this series they've talked about how like the devils gain their powers through the people fearing them. And it's cool to see Denji is still powerful because he is more so have has gained a relationship with his devil than people fearing it. So it adds a much different layer in terms of even now when you look at villains that can come up that have devil powers, and it's like, all right, now, you know, how is that aspect changing? Because like I said before, like now they're introducing the fact that people can have relationship with their devils that they've made contracts with or are with, and how can other villains use that in terms of having a powerful devil and having a contract with a powerful devil and having a good relationship with that, with like both aligned morals in terms of like, hey, we both want to take over the world, so like let's do it together. So it introduces a
Yeah.
whole different aspect of like villains he could face now.
Yeah, like they could take this so many different ways. They could start talking about like angels and stuff at this point too. Like I don't like there are so many different aspects to this story that we haven't even touched on. While we know where the devils come from, the fact that devils can also be reincarnated in this way and into other people shows that okay, we can introduce a whole lot of different characters with the same powers, but we can train them to be in this certain aspect of the story. Like maybe we'll have a new group of people who are training to be devil fighters who protect the public safety, like it won't have to be as crazy as the gun devil situation. What if they revive the gun devil and he's actually a good guy, something like Uber, some shit, you know what I mean? Like
Oh God,
it,
we have had enough Oob conversation this week. We're not bringing up Oob no more.
I'm
We're done
just
with
saying.
Oob. We're done with Oob.
I'm just I, I'm just saying it's part of this. Like it just as an example. Like what if we have something like that? Like I'm interested to see where they take the Chainsaw Man story because, like they said, it's just part one. We're about to get the anime, so it's a whole lot of Chainsaw Man that's about to be going on. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see all of this.